How'd we do?
It works.
Great. Now what do you want to do? Hi everybody, welcome to Lucky Episode 7. It's a lucky number, right? Isn't it? 7?
Well, this is Studio 7 too.
It is Studio 7,
So
Episode
it's
7.
7 all around.
Episode 7 of the GOS of Somerville TV. Thanks for being with us.
And this week
we
do another local.
Another local treasure.
Yes.
And we're calling it the gem at the end of the road.
If you can find it at the end of the road. It's difficult to
That's
get there.
the whole idea.
Yeah.
Right. And unfortunately, it is difficult to find. So the name of the home is the Van Vechten House. And we talked in the last episode about going there. And in fact, I did get to go there. I got to tour the entire thing. It was wonderful. I had a personal tour. And being a paranormal investigator, of course, I had some ghost questions. And I got some good answers. Some really good answers.
And you might even go back.
I very likely will go back.
And do a whole...
Yeah.
All right.
I was invited back to investigate, which is so thrilling. Just thrilling.
And that's our first one on the show that actually wants you to do the investigation part.
Exactly. We've heard some good ghost stories, which really was what we set out to do, is tell some good ghost stories locally.
And promote the museum, which no one... I can't tell how many people don't even know what this is. They're like, well, what's that? Where's that?
Right. It's the headquarters of the Somerset County Historical Society.
And it is difficult to get to.
Well...
I mean, it's not. But I mean, if you don't know where it is, you go down the road, you're like, I don't know where's the turn.
Exactly. Like so many of these beautiful, colonial homes are right on, say, River Road.
Yeah.
And you're past them all the time. And this one is really difficult to find unless you're looking for it.
Yeah, you got to take like a jug handle, and you got to go around. It looks like you're in warehouses, and all of a sudden, there it is.
Trucks everywhere. Exactly.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's like, boom.
Exactly. There's tons of trucks down there. But how far would you say it is from Somerville?
Minutes.
I would say I live on the east side of Somerville, and it takes me about 3 minutes to get there.
3 minutes to get there. Yeah, it's going towards Manville before you cross the river.
Right.
It's a right off of that.
So easy.
Yeah.
And then you're driving past all these warehouses, and suddenly this colonial treasure.
Yes.
Originally the land was, purchased by Michael Van Vechten in 1695. 16 people.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Now it's close to the river.
It's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
I mean, you can see the river.
You can't.
You can't?
No, this was a shock to me. This was a surprise.
I thought I saw when I was in the back once. I saw, unless it was high water.
You thought you saw the river. It wasn't the river.
Oh, it's something else.
There's a pond in the back, and there's water, but you can't see the river now. Evidently, you used to be able to see the river.
Does it ever flood?
It does. It does. And they have been hit hard by the hurricanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Irene. Yeah, and obviously Sandy, that type of thing. They've been hit hard by hurricanes. But yeah, you can't see the Raritan River, even though that's a crucial part of this whole thing, right?
Because it's through the pasture, and then it goes to the river, I guess.
And with the war, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
The river, so.
So it's a pond that we're looking at.
There's a pond in the back, yeah. I was so excited because I was like, there's the river, and
nope.
Diane, who was my personal tour guide, how lucky am I, was like, nope, that's not the river. And I was like, that? Nope, still not the river. Anyhow, so I was fortunate enough to go through the home and hear their stories and their paranormal stories. And so we're sort of going to give you a tour of the home and tell you a little bit about it. And as always, I'm going to give you fun facts.
Yes,
absolutely. Because I'm big on the fun facts.
The fun facts, and there's lots of them with this.
Yeah, actually, I'll tell one quickly before it starts, is that Derek Van Vechten was actually captured by the British at Sword Point.
Really?
And held for 3 days. And then he became quite the patriot. Can you imagine why? Just wondering. He became quite the patriot and decided, you know what? I'm going to host the army gonna let them use my house and do what I have to do, and I'm gonna be, a good patriot, because these guys, not so nice,
Yeah.
not so good. So
But it all worked out.
in the end, yes, it all worked out. But wow, what a treasure. And like many of these historical homes, it was built on over the years, that type of thing. But it houses incredible information about if you live in this local area. It has maps, it has Bibles donated by families, names that you might recognize, like Sudam. I don't know, in New Brunswick there's the Sudam Street, all these Dutch names that you might recognize.
Yeah. They have a lot of artifacts.
Treasure.
So,
Yeah, actually a Boy Scout troop did a display of things like arrowheads, tomahawks, things like that. So treasures everywhere. And on the paranormal side, when you have something like a museum, and I've been to some of these places, like for example Strauss Museum in Atlantic Highlands, you also risk having objects that are haunted. So it's not just the home, but you're bringing things in that could have energy attached to them. So in this case, definitely some paranormal activity in this house.
treasures and stories.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Just arrived at the Van Vechten House in Bridgewater. Ready to explore, find out its stories. Gorgeous building. Built in 1725. Here we go. Let's go in. So have you had anybody investigate this place?
Yes, we had a paranormal team come out here. We had the SLF camera.
SLS, right, structured
SLS.
light sensor,
And we
right.
had upstairs, in one of the rooms upstairs, we had stick figures. One was a full-size person, one was probably a child. Up in one
Right.
of the rooms upstairs, we figured it might have been one of the old bedrooms that was by.
Okay.
And I got to interact with them.
So did you say something like, can you reach your hand out?
I had asked, were you born in this house? And they said, yes, we were. One,
You heard that out loud or on a recorder?
It was on a recorder.
Okay, like an EVP.
And we've also had cases where people's keys disappeared. It happened to me twice, but I did get them back.
Well, that's frustrating.
Yes, especially if you have to.
That's
go
like a
home, you only have one
mischievous
set.
ghost, right? Taking your keys. Anything else move around? Tools or anything?
Not tools, but the one day we were sitting in this room eating, and in the other room we heard heels from someone's shoes, and went in there was nobody in the room.
Oh, wow.
So
Footsteps.
3 people were in this room from Chili Rock Quarry in Downbrook.
Oh.
It's a they got it, what, 1965. It's what is it, 100 something.
Wow.
This, because of course there's all this copper and traces of other things in there too.
And all these historical items, a Civil War drum. Oh, my goodness.
And up the pathway over there, this is the gate from the cemetery.
Oh, yeah. Iron.
One of them I believe is from the Civil War, buried up there.
Who is buried? Oh, a Civil War soldier?
Yes, up the hill.
Uh-huh.
And actually, got some old kids.
Oh, a pram. Oh, now, what if you heard that moving around during the night?
Never did.
Creak, creak, creak.
I never heard anything.
That's a bit creepy, no?
Well, tools that did for woodworking.
Oh,
And
nice.
Mike over here is working on, the whole other display for us.
Oh, see, the tools are in a display, so they couldn't be moved around. I hear in so many places, the tools get moved around.
The Indian room over here.
Okay.
Native American room.
Oh,
A
wow.
lot of arrowheads.
Are these found on the
This
property?
was from a Boy Scout project.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of people donated stuff to him, so I'm not sure exactly all the places they came to.
Sure,
we
but
got cases of stuff.
They're amazing. This is a lot of work.
They have different things in here about what time the things were, what time they were found and stuff. All
Tomahawks.
different. Someone did a lot of effort on this stuff, the different types of stones that they used. And someone made a little Indian in the corner. Someone put marbles through his eyes at night. Looks very spooky.
I was going to say, that's not cheap.
Shine light at night.
That's
the
not
eyes-
creepy.
The eyes really show up.
How do you feel here at night?
Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes there's things moving.
Oh, yeah. You hear people walking? Or just movement? Do you just sense movement?
Just moving. Sometimes you feel someone's there and you're the only one in the room. On the
Sure.
other side of this is beehive of an outside.
Okay.
Take you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Hopefully
that's
one day we can
amazing.
actually we can't actually, technically it's a historical house, and we really can't have fireplaces that are in
Right.
operation. Houses are old, they burn down quicker.
Okay, safety is safety.
There you go.
May I go over there just to look around the back of the home? Would you come with me? Yeah.
Let's go.
This is amazing.
Way out there is the Raritan River. You really can't see it from here.
I can get it, just the edge of it.
Unfortunately. it's
So
towards
there we,
you, though.
yeah, I bet. And there's some of the water right there. Okay.
That's the
And-
pond. Marion that lives here, her husband's family buyers had the farm out here, and that was the pond for the cattle and stuff to drink from.
Okay, so that's the pond and the river's over there.
That's not even the river, it's way out there.
Oh, you can't see
That
it.
goes to the river. That's
Okay.
way out there.
And there was a bridge, and that was a key to this home, right? The fact
Actually,
that there was
the
a
road-
bridge.
That road was there.
That's the old York Road?
There's actually, there's still a railroad
Right.
tracks through there.
And was it not the Van Vechten Bridge?
The Van Vechten Bridge is actually on Findorn Avenue.
That's the Van Vechten Bridge.
Yes, it's way out there.
Yeah. That's amazing.
No one knows to come here.
I no one knows that. That's why I'm here.
No one knows to come here because
That
it's just
is why I'm
warehouses.
here.
It's not. It's the gem at the end of the road.
Well, it is the gem. Say that again.
It's
It
the
is the gem at the end of the
road.
road, because I think that bears repeating. It certainly is. When I pulled up, I went, what in the world? This is the most incredible
A lot of the
building.
other historical houses are on the main streets.
Yeah, they are.
People know where they're at. And they're
Well,
just
that's why I'm
surprised when
here.
they come down here and they see the Van Vechten house.
This is an amazing property. Wow.
As far as the eye can see, that used to be all their land.
Really.
Yep. And George Washington was here with his army.
So he was here, and from what I understand, I mean, George Washington, first of all, comes up all the time, and Ghost of Somerville,
And
trust
George
me.
Washington never slept here.
I know, and I say that all the time. In the Wallace house, I said, and George Washington and Martha Washington slept here for 6 months. And I made a quick short that I put up the other day that you may have seen, and I said, he actually didn't sleep here
He
for
actually stayed in
once.
Somerville.
Right, right.
That's
And Nathaniel Green hosted him, correct?
yes. They were here.
Quartermaster General Green, he hosted him here. And I read the story about the dance with his wife.
Yes.
Now, was that a little bit controversial?
Yeah, I'm not sure what really happened, but
Well, there was a letter though, so.
yes, there was a letter.
What was it called? A little frisk or something?
Pretty little frisk, and it was not on Christmas Eve, and it was
Okay.
in March.
Well, you know what? You're a general in a war. You need a little break. I don't think there was an issue there. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so this is the back of the house, and we were in the front before.
All old historical houses, so
They're all reversed
facing
like
the same
that.
way. And go around the front.
The Van Horn house is like that.
If you go down the
Let's do it.
River Road, Scotterway.
Yes.
I know where all those 9 houses
The
are.
Cornelius Lowe house,
All of them.
the
They're all
Ra-
facing the same way.
the Raritan Landing houses. Those are all the Georgian houses, you know?
And that's the Bulldog Gate House, all the time.
There's not many left. I think in that area there are only 2 left. Oh, wow.
Well, a lot of those houses are private residences.
Right.
You gotta watch out for the slithering friends.
I love it. Slithering friends. Okay, we're not worried about ghosts, Diane. We're worried about snakes. And no burying grounds here.
Up the beaten path over there is.
Usually they're right at the house, you know?
No, not family.
Mm-hmm.
There is Van Vechten Cemetery, which is across Findorn Avenue,
Okay.
where the National Starch is. Most
Yep.
people know where that is.
Yes, I do.
Way back.
And that's where you said there were 1 or 2, or the whole family?
We have this family there.
Okay. And next to the Burger King, that area with the apartments, there's 2 that just stand there by themselves.
The main entrance is 2 headstones, and it's actually a little thing on the top of it just to protect them. The headstones.
Not very much.
No.
So it's 14 steps.
It's 14 steps. I tell the people that there's 13 bad luck.
Is that, are you making that up?
Yes, I am.
I love that.
If you look out the windows, you can see way out there, and it's still not the Raritan River.
You still can't see the river. Oh, look at that.
Way out. One day we got lucky. There was some bucks down there, little bucks down there. They were kind of playing around with
I
each
mean,
other.
what a view. So this is what you presume to be the third floor. Gotcha. And what's on this floor? Office?
We have a lot of Bible records. We have people who were giving us Bibles, but we're just saying, can we just copy the births and deaths?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of collections of people that have Bible records that we make copies of their stuff. So we've got like 200 of them or so.
People don't realize Bible records are the greatest source of
And some
information.
of these are people did their own family trees and gave us the books, which is neat because a lot of them are from people around here, local people around here.
I recognize the
Their
names.
names.
Of course.
And the other room is the library. Some stuff we have you cannot find anywhere else. You can't find it online. We have the books here.
Are you kidding? How do people not know about this? Look at this library. Back in the hallway.
Down this way.
Okay.
It's good. Down this way.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, it's like a fun house.
Oh, it's 5 steps this way,
I love
turn
it.
around the other way.
And that's another indication, really, that
Oh, this bathroom wasn't here back then.
no, certainly not.
This could have been one big room. I don't know, but it's the.
It could have, but sometimes they had smaller
And
rooms.
if you notice, the further you go deeper in this house, the ceiling gets lower.
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. And this is
This goes down to the spiral staircase.
right. This is the back way down.
Staircase is right there.
So do you think this was like a servant's area?
This was the older part of the house, and the ceiling goes lower, lower and lower. I can touch it.
So this part of the house would be from about what year? The original.
Yeah, but I think this was added on to later. I do believe, and there's not much space there.
No, I would hit my head. I will hit my head unless I duck. Look at that. Oh, just make it.
And everybody's got a closet. And
Yeah, no, of course.
They attached on everything back then.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess if the closets were big enough, they'd charge it as another room.
sure.
And there was a fireplace back there. There was a figure there and a figure out in that room.
Okay, where was the figure in there?
One was right next to me.
Oh, the SLS camera.
Yes, one was a little bit about my height, and the other one must have been a small child, maybe 3, 4. It was in the other room.
And
I
that
believe
child.
This room over here might have been your bedroom for the
Okay.
child, and then we had activity in the hallway.
And you had them interact with you. They weren't just
I thought
standing
that was
there.
pretty neat.
Yeah, it's important to debunk that because it does map things like chairs. I'm sure
Because
they told you.
They tell me put up your left hand for
Yeah.
to see what side, because it
Right.
goes
It reverses
backwards.
it. Yep, that's exactly right. It's different. It's different sides. And how long were they appearing there for, Diane?
Oh, they weren't there maybe 5 minutes or so, but there was activity.
That's long.
Activity in the hallway, so we think if we ever get it another investigation on, it's going to be down the hallway, and I do believe we have to get into the other room
Which is,
right here. It's actually locked right now.
and that is what a room.
This is the main part of the original part of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's locked. Definitely
Okay.
has to be done through here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we now, Diane?
This is the frisk room of George Washington dance with Katie Green for 3 hours.
The most famous room.
We
Wow.
have our, actually, this is the letter that was sent out.
Okay, so this is the letter about the pretty little frisk.
Yes, March 19th, 1779. I guess somebody should have not wrote letters out, maybe.
No, that letter was to his sister, or?
You know what? I'm not even sure. I guess they kept logs. I guess they kept logs of everything they've done. Even when they were in George Washington's time with the in Morristown encampment too. They
Right.
kept track of what was going on.
But letters were a huge source of information.
Nowadays, yeah, but sometimes the letters you really better figure out what the words were.
Right. The handwriting, look at
Yes.
this. Oh dear. Oh boy. I thought my handwriting was poor. It's actually beautiful handwriting. It's just hard to decipher.
Yeah, they had to write quick, otherwise they get the ink blots all over.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the 5 generals tour, all the different generals, the different houses.
Okay.
Besides ours that they go
So
to.
we have Nathaniel Green and Catherine Littlefield Green. That was her name. So now we have her name. Okay, there's George Washington dancing somewhere else, but he's dancing. He must have been quite the dancer, and who knew?
Yeah.
I didn't know. But it makes sense. I mean, think about it. Dancing was the only real entertainment, right? I mean,
Yeah, oh well, what kind of instruments did they have too to play?
yeah, I don't think it was necessarily as scandalous as you would think.
No. Some people.
I think dances were, just customary ways to unwind. I mean,
Just,
yeah, this is gorgeous. This fireplace.
There's 5 fireplaces in here.
Yeah, but this is stunning. And that is
We're not sure, we think it's Derek Van Vechten.
Derek Van Vechten.
And actually, if you actually look at this through here, the hand is huge compared to the rest
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
I don't know, whatever you paid for you, if you didn't pay that much, your painting wasn't really that great, but you
Right.
paid more money, you get what you pay for it. But those
Sure.
those hands are huge to the body.
He didn't have this really prominent artist do it.
But
But,
we're not-
also this colonial style painting was like that too. It
And
wasn't
like I
necessarily.
said, we're not even sure if that's Derek Van Vechten. We think it is, but we're not sure.
Could it be a son?
Yeah, it might not even be a Van Vechten at all.
I see.
We've
But it
had-
does look similar.
We've had candlesticks upstairs
You've got
on the
your ring,
library, on the table, and no, wait, they were in the windowsill.
right?
Next day, someone came in, they were on the floor. So this movement in this house when no one's here.
Wow. That's a heavy object.
Yeah, they're pretty,
And you're not talking about on the edge there. So you come in and they'd be on the floor. What room was that in?
It was in the library upstairs.
Wow. Is that what would you say is the most active room in the home?
It's actually down the hallway from the library. I believe it's the oldest part of the house.
Okay.
The room's upstairs, and I don't know, it might have been one big room back then.
That small room back
now-
there where you saw the figures?
Down the hallway, yes. And it could have been one, back then it could have just been one big room, and then maybe later on they made it into separate rooms.
Right. It could
That's
just been
where-
one big room where all the slaves slept.
Well, the library the hallway from the library goes right down to that room. So that might have
Right.
been the main,
Right.
way
And
people travel through the house.
and you say you've had sensitives in here. Where do they feel is the most activity?
Most activity was upstairs.
Say that's where they also feel. Not. I mean, I know the things fall, but do they also feel that that's where the activity is?
I feel it is.
And the people that you know are sensitives say
Yes.
the same.
Yes, upstairs more than down here. Just things
Okay.
happen down here. If I had my keys taken twice from me,
Oh no.
car keys, and if you got one set of car keys and you can't find them,
And where was that? Right down here in this.
that was in the other
front-
room.
In the other room across
Our
the
little-
hall. Okay.
Yeah, our room where we.
This is beautiful.
So first thing we have to do is say a great big thank you for hosting me, Diane, and all of the volunteers. Keep that in mind, they are volunteers at the Van Vechten House. And encourage all of you who are watching this, please. It is not far. It's right off Route 287, Route 22, blocks away. It's every Tuesday, 11 to 3. If you're not free at that time, they are open certain Saturdays. Just check the website for information or give them a call. Absolutely encourage you to go. Don't make the same mistake I made. I have not been there, and I've been living 3 minutes from it for 26 years. How about you?
I
How long
was
did it take you
59 years.
to go there?
Yeah, I was shooting there for some reason, and I never knew it existed.
Yeah, it's truly, and I can see why they call it the gem at the end of the road, because you're just going past these warehouses and trucks, and ooh,
Yeah.
the most gorgeous
It
colonial
looks
structure.
disguised like you can't find it, like this can't be it, but that's it. That's the turn.
And they're so nice, and they'll take you through it, similar to the Wallace House and
Yeah.
and the old Dutch parsonage.
Yes.
These are treasures, and this is one of the reasons we started this,
Yeah.
to highlight these treasures. So go, go, go. And secondly, I want to get back in there, and fortunately, I was welcomed and invited to come back and do some paranormal investigating, and particularly in the part of the home that we were not allowed to go into. And we talked before about safety reasons. Sometimes it's just not safe to get into the 1600 part of the house. You know, the floor might not be safe, and the basement evidently has some critters. Now, there's snakes outside, but
Well, yeah.
I don't think that's what she meant. Some other kind of critters in the basement. But, you know, whatever. You have to put up with some critters sometimes when you're a paranormal investigator. Trust me, in the dark basements. So we're going to try and get into that locked door where she said, at Diane, and the sensitive she brought in, felt that there was the most activity. And it was really proven by the paranormal team, because that's where they found the most evidence. So that whole oldest area of the building, with that locked door, I got to get through. Anytime there's a locked door, Brian,
We got to get behind it.
I got to get behind it. Are you like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know. I want to know what's back there.
You know, why are they keeping us out?
No, it's for safety. But I want to bring all my equipment there, and it is incredible, incredible building.
She says she can get you back there, possibly, or
As soon as possible, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they'll let you back in there.
Yes, absolutely. I
Okay.
will be back.
So what's going to happen?
That's a promise.
We're going to see something that's not available to the public.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
right.
That's
Yeah.
That's why you have to keep tuning into us, because we're going to show you things that you cannot see.
This is true. But go for yourself. Please, go for yourself. It's one of the 5 generals' homes, and you can see the place where George Washington
Danced all night.
Danced all night. Well, for 3 hours anyway, with Nathaniel Greene's wife. Okay. But, you know, at the time, dancing, that must have been, you know,
yeah.
entertainment.
That was it.
What were you
all
going to do? There was no internet. There was no, you know, World of Warcraft.
No, sit around and watch
Sorry.
the candles. So
Yeah.
you got to do something.
Yeah, so, you know, music, dancing, that was the thing to do. So go and picture where our first president was boogieing down.
And that's it.
We encourage you to go. Thanks for watching. Next episode,
Maybe it'll be some more of this.
maybe some more of this. And we do have some other stories that have been submitted by viewers.
Yes.
We've had a suggestion to go check out libraries, local libraries.
Libraries.
That may be haunted from one of our viewers. So thank you for that. And great idea, and something we will explore. But definitely we will be back to the Van Vechten house.
And if I'm not mistaken, I was driving down the road today, and I happened to see someone look just like you outside of a library.
Was it a blonde in a yellow sweater?
You know, I think it could have been.
Okay.
So it's coming.
It's coming. We're working on it already. So have a good afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are, and please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button so you
Yes.
know the next episode is
right.
coming next
That's right.
Friday.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching this.
And supporting your local history.
Yeah, supporting local history, beautiful local history. Have a good night.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.